Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. I hope you all had a nice Shabbos and a nice weekend. This week's Torah portion of Tetzaveh is very unusual. We find that Moshe Rabbeinu was mentioned in every Parsha from the time that he was born, at the beginning of Shmos, until the end of the 5 books of Moses in Devarim when he passes away. He's mentioned in every Parsha with one exception, and that one exception is this coming week, Tetzaveh, where he's not mentioned even once. And it's a very unusual thing. Why isn't he mentioned once? Well, because he said to God, the Jewish people were sinning, and God said, you know what? I will destroy them and I'll rebuild the Jewish people from you. Moshe said to God, if you do that, wake me up from your book. Erase me from your book. And because of that, this week's Parsha, Moshe is not mentioned even once. However, he's alluded to by the first word of the Parsha, Ata, you. God says, Ata tzaveh b'nei Yisrael, you should command the children of Israel. So Moshe is mentioned many, many times in this Parsha, but not by name, but by the word Ata, you. And in many respects, the word Ata is more informal. It's more personal than a person's name. When we say a blessing, we say, Baruch Ata Hashem. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe. The word Ata means that we are referring to God more in a personal way, in a closer way than we would in the third person. And therefore Moshe is mentioned in the Parsha very often. We find that when a tzaddik passes away, he is even more closely connected to the world than he was even when he was alive. When he was alive, you would have to go to see him or write a letter to him in order to reach him and ask for his blessing. But now, a tzaddik is everywhere. He's found everywhere, and simply asking the tzaddik, imploring the tzaddik to help you in any situation is available. The tzaddik is available for us in every way. And that's the way it is today as well. People very often go to the grave of the Leider'S Rebbe, which we call the OHIL, and they ask him for blessings, or they don't even have to go to the grave. They can say Tehillim and keep the Rebbe in mind, that the Rebbe should implore heaven on their behalf. And we're finding all kinds of amazing miracles that take place as a result of that. It's interesting that this Parsha takes place during the Yortzeit of Moshe Rabbeinu, Zayin Adar, the 7th of Adar, which takes place this week, in the Parsha of Tetzaveh, which refers to the absence of Moshe. Also, on the 27th of Adar, later on this month, it was the time that the Leider'S Rebbe first had his major stroke, when he visited his father-in-law's graveside, the OHIL, and he collapsed from a stroke, which he really never recovered from. Was also on the 27th of Adar. What does this teach us? This teaches us that the Rebbe is always with us. He's always with us, and he's always there to help us in any way we can. We should daven to Hashem, and we should ask the Rebbe to implore to God that he should be there for us and help us in any difficulties we can. If we have an opportunity to go to New York, we should also go to the OHIL and visit the OHIL. It's open 24 hours a day, and people are always there. People are always coming and asking for brachas at the OHIL, so we should keep that in mind as well. But just because a tzaddik is not physically here doesn't mean that he's not here. So we hope and pray that that Mashiach should come, and the dead will be resurrected, and among them, in the forefront, will be, of course, the Rebbe, and all of our holy ancestors will be with them. And this will be the time they will usher in the times of coming of Mashiach. May it be speedily in our days. Shalom.